So, are you excited today with what we're going to talk about? You don't even know what we're talking about, do you?
I have no idea what it is, but yes, I'm excited. Welcome to Scary Mystery Surprise,
where we talk about scary things that surprised us around the internet.
I'm Edwin.
I'm Michelle. Today, we're talking about the most haunted house in Sweden. Da 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 da. Maybe insert some sort of ABBA song here. Mamma mia, here we go again. Ba ba da da ba da da. I'm pretty sure it's like that.
I don't know, Michelle. I would have taken it a whole other. I would have been like music box. Ding 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 ding.
It would have been like a Bergman movie where he's talking to death and playing chess. Some sort of art film. I think it's a cross between Mamma Mia and that. So the house is called, so it's spelled Borgvattnet. So it's pronounced Borgvattnet.
Borgvattnet.
We're talking about the Borgvattnet Vicarage.
Oh, the vicarage. What is that? What's a vicarage?
Priests live there. Ooh. This was sent to us by Albinson something is his name, and he's got some numbers at the end of his name, but I'll leave him off for privacy reasons.
Oh, it's a username?
Yeah, it's definitely a username. But he DM'd us on Instagram and shared with us this creepy story, and we loved it, obviously, so now I'm going to do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
I know. Are you ready? You are now known as Edwin.
Yeah.
Edwin is in Sweden, and he is driving far north of Stockholm. He's delivering an IKEA Billy bookshelf to his great aunt Sigrid.
Cool name.
She really wants to do this built-in shelf thing that she saw on Pinterest, and she needs these Billy bookshelves immediately.
And I'm super handy. I love screwdrivers.
She's really into it, and you gotta help her out. You know, it's the middle of the night. You're driving up. It's raining. It's a proper fall storm before the snow. Your car starts to make a noise.
Oh, no.
Then it comes to a stop.
Is this like in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, yeah. Edwin is literally in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, what kind of car is it?
A Volvo, obviously.
Obviously, it had to be a Volvo.
So your car starts to make a noise, then comes to a stop. Edwin is literally in the middle of nowhere. No phone service. He gets out, checks under the hood. Fuck. You don't know anything about cars. What are you even doing? It's raining. It's pouring down rain. How are you going to fix something? And it's the middle of the night? What are you doing?
Making sure the engine's still there, just, you know.
You've seen this in movies. Obviously, people do this.
That's what you're supposed to do.
You've shut the hood now, and you're looking around through the trees. Through the trees, you see the faint lights of a building you passed about a half a mile back. Maybe they'll have a phone.
Let's hope so.
I hope so. So you're hiking in the rain. You're hiking. And Edwin is in luck, because when he shows up to this building, it turns out it's actually a bed and breakfast.
Nice. Little vacation.
It's the Borgvattnet Vicarage, to be exact. Allegedly the most haunted house in Sweden since 1947.
Since then only? What about...
I'll get there.
It's like one of those established in 1947.
Yeah, it is pretty much like that. Yeah, it's
haunted since...
It's haunted since 1947. They probably should put that on the door.
Along with the no shirt, no shoes, no service. Maybe it's allowed there. I don't know. Sweden has some...
I mean, they're pretty liberal.
Yeah,
they
get naked in front of each other like no problem.
They're into it. At first glance, this old country house might not look like much to the world, but the fragile wooden walls of the creaking floors have seen over 100 years of tragic events and paranormal activity.
I like it. I like the place, but Edwin might not, because I don't know your character yet.
Well,
but...
Edwin's pretty frustrated because he can't get anyone to come deal with the car until morning. He did find a phone, but he's arguing with the mechanic, and I got to get these Billy bookshelves to my Aunt Sigrid. My great Aunt Sigrid needs her Billy bookshelves, and you can't come till tomorrow? And the mechanic's like, yeah, it's raining. I'm not coming out there in the middle of the night. What are you, nuts? Edwin is left with no choice but to spend the night. Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe that character isn't as excited, but I'm excited like me right now. Imagine staying at a haunted place like that. Cool.
I mean, and it's pretty haunted. In the year 1876, the first priest of Borgvattnet moved into the vicarage. A total of 15 priests would come to live there before the last one finally had enough of the ghostly activities and decided to move out. And no other priests were willing to take it over. What became the last straw is still one of the most famous ghost stories from the house. It wasn't until the last priest of Borgvattnet, Eric Lindgren, who moved into the vicarage in 1945, that it became publicly known that the grounds were haunted.
Michelle, how haunted does a place need to be for priests to not want to live there?
Right? They will not live there. They refuse to live there anymore after 1947. So in 1947, a journalist from a local newspaper had caught on to the rumors of the haunted vicarage in town and bluntly asked Eric Lindgren about his experience. And it was safe to say, not only had Eric documented his experiences, but he was also willing to go public with them.
Takes a lot.
It's true. He'd actually kept a journal of his experiences, which I always think makes something a little more valid, because it's like if you're documenting it in the moment, you're supposed to do that if you have a stalker, too. You're supposed to... which,
yeah.
I wish there was more people could do as opposed to just keep a journal, but, it makes sense.
That's what they tell you to do. The police actually tell... I knew of somebody, someone that I know that's what they said. Document. It's like, how? Write it. Whenever they called, whenever they showed up, write what happened. And I'm like, wow, that's useful. Anyway.
It's weird. But it's also the protocol for ghosts, too. So that's also what you do when there's ghosts. So Eric's experiences included his first night in the vicarage. He heard furniture moving upstairs when it was empty. None of his furniture had been delivered yet. So he heard all this movement upstairs, walked up there, nothing happening. The next day, he heard people walking around outside in the snow. Of course, it's snow. I don't know why that's so freaky.
How do you hear that?
I don't know, like crunch in the snow outside. And he went outside and looked. No one was there, of course.
Footprints?
No footprints. Nothing was there. And then one time, he was knocked out of a rocking chair.
Was he slapped out of it?
He was slapped out of a rocking chair. I could just rocking chairs are so funny because it's like you could just imagine him going head over heels, like you're just like, whoops. A ghost slapped him out of his rocking chair.
I mean, it's not that hard to fall out of a rocking chair. Like, especially for me, it has happened forward where you're like trapped under it.
He was a small man and he was trapped underneath his rocking chair. They didn't find him for days. This is creepy, though. Another priest who lived there at a different time, like in the 20s, had claimed to have seen a gray lady who appeared in a corner. She walked towards him, then suddenly changed directions and walked into another room. He followed her, and of course nothing was there. Which I'm just like, okay. She walked towards him, and then she walked away.
It's like, hi, never mind.
Hi, okay, bye. Back to Edwin. We are back at Edwin's nightmare. He's so frustrated. But the rooms are surprisingly cheap, and this is actually a fact. I was looking up the rooms, and they're like around $40.
Wow. Wait, today?
You can get a room there today.
Wow.
It's open from like May to October. On my laptop, I have the site pulled up. Yes, you can book a room there. And then I was reading the Google reviews, and they're like, oh, be sure to bring your allergy medicine. Because Wait, is it dirty? It's not dirty. It's just really dusty because of all the old furniture. And I'm like, that's the scariest thing about this place.
And all the mold.
Oh, my allergies.
So all the furniture, like they have old furniture there and stuff.
Yeah, I have no idea how authentic any of that is.
Yeah, because I've seen some old buildings, they fix them up and then they redo the whole interior. But they get modern furniture and stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't look new. So these are Edwin's room options that he has.
Edwin.
Oops. These are Edwin's room options he has. Still trying to deal with his Billy bookcases. Hopefully they don't get stolen in his car in the middle of nowhere. It's a high demand.
And it's Sweden, so...
It is Sweden. High crime rate in Sweden or whatever. One time I was reading Reddit and there was someone on there who was complaining about the high crime rate in Stockholm. And they're like, yeah, 3 people get murdered there a year. It's like, what? My God. Was America just a bloody war zone? It must be compared to...
It can get pretty bad here. Like
it could get so bad.
When you move out, like when you leave for a little bit, you miss the helicopters like circling above you. Like, it's terrible, but ugh. I hate how that's normal. I hate how that's normal for us.
It's super normal. It's it's depressingly normal. But yes, what we're saying is those Billy bookcases are going to be fine in that car. Your Billy bookcases are fine. You'll get your car later, or when the mechanic feels like he has time for you, which is also valid. So Edwin's these are his room options. You can stay in the pink room. No one really knows how these hauntings began, but the most accepted story is that one of the first priests to live at Borgvattnet had a sexual relationship with a young local girl. And it's not known whether it was consensual or not. When learning that the 19-year-old girl was pregnant, the priest locked her in the pink room. Once that baby was born, the girl killed her child and buried it in the backyard. The girl and her child are said to haunt the room, and you can hear a baby screaming in the middle of the night. And the girl is said to pull on the blankets and touch guests' feet.
Okay. All right.
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy went wee, 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 all the way home.
You're there like kind of laughing, waking up.
Oh, I'm so ticklish. And then it's, oh God.
Oh. Come on.
Another one of Edwin's options is the yellow room. Marta, the wife of a priest who died in childbirth in 1906, the priest was so heartbroken he kept her dead body there for too long. And she said to tug on the clothes and throw laundry around.
Why laundry?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but that was part of it. I just wrote that sentence pretty bad.
Like, I told you to wash this.
I told you to wash this. I'm dead now.
I can't do this for you.
I can't do that. You gotta figure this out. I can't do it anymore.
That's terrible. Oh, it's such a sad story.
Yeah, but it's weird that he kept her body for longer than...
How long is that?
I don't know.
Remember what they wrote in about the smell of death? If you're listening, hey, let us know. How long is too long to keep a body?
Apparently the ground was frozen, but then also he might have just been heartbroken and kept the body. And then I was like, did the priest just cuddle her dead body? And then I'm like, does the priest just cuddle your body when you're sleeping in your bed at night?
Oh, okay, that gave me chills. Like that's...
It just breathing in your morning breath. It reminds him of the sweet...
all the gases escaping your body.
Yeah, all the gas escaping your body remind him of his long dead wife. Oh, God. He's just in the room, just smelling your farts at night. What a nightmare. Poor Edwin. He really has there's no way out.
Can't catch a break.
He really can't. And his Aunt Sigrid is going to be really pissed at him.
That's the worst part.
I
think.
know. She's like, my
She's
built-in
waiting
shelves.
for me with pie and Swedish fish.
Some Swedish meatballs of some sort. Meatballs covered in gravy.
It's just gonna get cold.
They're going to get cold and she's going to get mad. All right, another option for you. Overnight guests have testified to the sound of heavy objects being dragged across the floor, covers being pulled at night, and the beds in the room have also moved while the room has been empty. On several different occasions, a small boy has been seen in the blue room, and children's cries have been heard. Many experience a sad feeling of something tragic that has happened.
I believe that.
I believe that too. That happens to me if I go to a La Quinta Inn.
Something bad happened here.
Ultimately, Edwin spends $47.89 on the Weeping Ladies Room.
Because I thought that it was La Llorona room?
I think it has the biggest bed. I think it might have the biggest bed out of all the rooms.
Oh, that's why.
I was looking at photos and this one looked like a double bed. Everything else seems like a single, but... Anyway, Edwin picks the Weeping Ladies Room and he goes to sleep. In the middle of the night, he wakes up and he feels like he's being watched. Edwin sits up and sees 3 figures sitting on a sofa, staring right back at him. He pinches himself in the arm to make sure he's awake. Ouch!
Ouch!
Ouch! I'm Edwin! And when nothing seems to help, the ladies are still there, he turns around to the alarm clock and sets it off. He's awake. And these ladies are still on that couch.
What are they doing?
Well, Edwin notices the colors of their clothes. One is dressed in black, has a bright purple dress on, and the third is dressed in gray. 2 of them were sitting with their hands on their knees, while the woman sitting on the far left is knitting. The lady in the gray dress looks very sad and has rings around her eyes like she's been crying. Confident that he is awake and not dreaming, he spends the rest of the night while the women silently sit there and watch him.
No, that's creepy. That's creepy. When you said they were sitting there, I was like, okay, they're just like talking.
Yeah, they're
drinking
just sitting
tea.
there. I mean, they could be doing a lot of things, but no, they're just sitting there watching him, and he's watching them back. And that's the rest of Edwin's night. And then I wrote, Great Aunt Sigrid better love that bookshelf.
Better be worth it.
That's how Edwin spends the rest of his night. Is just staring at these 3 ladies staring back at him, and that's the end. That's the end of my story. It's a short and a sweet one. But...
Oh, no.
And who knows who those ladies are. It's weird that there was a woman in gray, and that one of the priests saw a woman in gray come out of a corner and then pivot into another room. So...
I imagined it like military style when you said it. A hard turn. Turn right.
Oh, but yeah, Edwin, I hope he makes it to his great aunt, but he definitely had a rough night, like having to stare at those weird ladies all night. And I imagine them just fading as the sun comes up, fade away as the sun comes up.
With all the dust, when light goes through a window and it's like
yeah.
that dusty...
Oh, yeah, the shimmer. It's got that shimmer to it as they fade. And Edwin's just, what the fuck? What the fuck night was that?
Poor Edwin.
I'm going to go eat my Swedish meatballs with Aunt Sigrid today. We got to get out of here.
Gotta figure out if breakfast is included.
Yeah, I got to see if there's a continental breakfast or not, and then I got to get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ.
How big is that? How big is that place? Is it a house?
Yeah, there's a couple rooms. I think there's like however many I listed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. I think there's like maybe 2 other rooms. Like they have a grand meeting hall or whatever.
Oh,
you can
okay.
look it up. It's not fancy. It's like a wood house. I'm actually kind of impressed that it's lasted this long.
Yeah, like one of those houses.
Yeah, I feel like if it were in America, it would have gotten torn down or something.
That's what we do here. I just found the scary story behind the most haunted rocking chair in history. What? Okay, that's the wrong thing.
Isn't that the one in England that kills people?
I don't know, but I'm just imagining. No, it's in Las Vegas. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Oh, it's in Las Vegas. I've never heard of that one. There's one in England that apparently kills people.
Oh, Zach Bagans owns it.
Oh, that's why it's in Vegas now. Oh, that makes sense.
I guess. I'm just imagining like how it killed people. It's just like
it strangles them to death. Somehow your head just gets wedged between
the rocker things at the bottom, and it just rolls over your neck.
Oh yeah, decapitation. It decapitates.
You're just dead. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
No, I think it's a curse. Like you sit in the chair and then it's like you have only a certain amount of time to live or something like that. There's like
one of those.
Yeah, one of those.
I'm pretty sure Zach Bagans has sat there, taunted the heck out of it, and then still lives.
He still lives somehow. Somehow.
I know. I wonder why, Michelle. I wonder why.
Because of my love for him, he still lives.
Love will keep you alive.
Yeah, my love keeps him alive. Somehow.
That's like lyrics of a song.
I think so. Love will keep Zach Bagans alive. This was a short but sweet episode. That's all I got, but I really liked it from Albin something. You nailed it. Knocked it out of the park, sending us this rec. I mean, I hope you go there. I know you're from Sweden. I hope you go check it out. Honestly, let us know. Let us know if anything happens.
Yeah, take some pictures. I want to see.
It honestly seems like something happens to whoever stays there.
Is it like a historic thing now? Is it?
I think so. It kind of reminded me when I was reading about it, like the Lizzie Borden house, like how people stay there now. Kind of reminded me a little bit of that. This sounds a lot more haunted than the Lizzie Borden house.
Haunted bed and breakfasts are creepier sounding than just normal houses, which I guess you could just call them bed and breakfast, even if they're just a normal house. But it's just the idea that people go in and leave, and, you know, that there's a keeper.
Are you saying hotels are creepy too?
I find them a little bit creepy. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I go in and I'm in the room and I'm just like, I sit there in silence and I'm like, I wonder if there's any ghosts here at night. I just actually wonder, like, uh-oh.
If that thought enters my head, I immediately go turn on the bathroom light in a hotel. Like, that is a guarantee I will go turn on that bathroom light.
And that doesn't make it worse, Michelle, for you?
No.
You're going to see shadows now.
No, the light's on. The light's on, it means you're safe. I don't know why it's just a fact.
I don't know. I'd rather not see. I just, in the complete darkness.
So you just sit in the dark? No. Because then what if something touches your hand?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, you're right. Oh, that gave me chills for some reason. So for an upcoming episode, we have this idea to get a haunted object for me that I'm going to order off of eBay's haunted objects section.
Hell yeah, it exists. I showed Edwin the haunted object page on eBay, and it's full of all sorts of weird haunted things. I'll find like a limited selection, and what we want you guys to do is vote on that selection of what Edwin should buy. And hopefully it doesn't kill him, but he will be documenting anything that happens to him from buying that haunted object.
Yes, I will.
Haunted chapstick? Will it be a haunted Divic box? Will it be a creepy murderous doll? I don't know. It's up to you.
I'm nervous. I'm actually a little nervous.
I think you should be.
So we'll have that selection by the next episode, and then that's when the voting will start. So hopefully I don't die.
Well, now I'm going to say our line, what are we going to talk about next week? But we just said what we were going to talk about. It's not really a surprise, huh?
Well, we could add a surprise to it. Remember that other topic?
I genuinely don't remember. Oh, that one. I'll bleep it out. Oh, should I say my line? So, Edwin, what are we going to talk about next week?
I don't know. I think it'll be a surprise.
Bye, guys.